Okay, we're going to start. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. No matter your natural world time zone, you are welcome to the VWEC Eduverse Expert Speaker Series here in the Plaza. This week, the topic is virtual collaboration and teamwork, and I am delighted to introduce Sitearm Madonna, also known as James Neville. Sitearm is owner and practitioner in applied online collaboration. His specialities include systems analysis, social media, team operation, and multimedia composition. His research focus is the nature of virtual environments in human expression. Sitearm's company, Development One, is an independent consultancy specializing in online presence, which he defines as the state of being instantly, digitally, synchronously available. He maintains multiple relationships with technology providers and users, focusing on hybrid use of VR, AR, MR, XR, virtual environments, gear, applications, and practices. In his pre-metaverse career, James was Information Management Senior Analyst for Exxon, Exxon Chemical, and Exxon Mobil Chemical. In his metaverse career as an independent entrepreneur, Sitearm co-developed and operated Dublin in Second Life and sister cities also in Second Life. He planned and produced the Second Life Developers Conference and others on behalf of Linden Lab, MacArthur Foundation, Creative Commons, and the University of Southern California. Sitearm teaches online teamwork and collaboration for Technological University Dublin and Chai University Turkey, and is a member of professional groups regularly visiting and assessing multiple virtual environment platforms for applications in business and education. Sitearm's perambulatory talk will be about 35 minutes or so, and following that, we will have the opportunity for a discussion where you may ask questions or comment on the topic. We use subtitles to support those who need them, and for this reason, it would be great if you can paste your questions into local chat as well as asking them in voice. But please wait until Sitearm has concluded before doing so. Otherwise, your chat will interfere with the subtitles and other people's enjoyment. As we move through the display, it might be a little crowded, so just use the Alt-click or Option-click button as needed to adjust your camera view. At one point, Sitearm will share 2 short YouTube URLs, which you can save to review later. If you have sounds off, there will be a moment when Site will ask you to turn sound on, just briefly. Finally, my co-host, Marie Vams, will transcribe the discussion as best as possible, but please be patient, as this is never an easy task. So now, it is my great pleasure to hand over to Sitearm Madonna.
John, I'm going to hop up to the top of my first slide. So if you look up, virtual collaboration and teamwork. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for your attendance and attention today. And here we go. Virtual collaboration and teamwork. This presentation demonstrates how teaching virtual collaboration and teamwork changed from 2011 the 2023 for Dublin Institute of Technology, Technological University Dublin, and Shaw University, Turkey. We will use live demonstrations of how students were taught as teaching practices evolved. We will highlight advantages and disadvantages of variations relative to effectiveness of teaching teamwork and of teaching teamwork in 3D. Our goal will be to evoke new insights and practices going forward. Demo 0. For demonstration 0, we are going to form one-time teams. Here are your instructions. Look at the person next to you. I hereby assign the two of you as a team. Now, I am your new teammate and choose a team name. Pick a side, Marie, and go with it. For example, red team, dragon team, or the first two initials of your names. By the way, it's okay to have a one-person team if you can't find someone. Just use your two initials. So let me know when you have a team name. Just type name in chat, and I will wait for a couple responses. Two-person teams. Marie has a teammate. Thank you, Marie. Oh, or you're transcribing. I get it. If you don't want to be in a team with someone else, you can be your own team, but name your team. Has anybody formed a two-person team yet? Just type yes. Okay, Magua. Good. Shiloh. Good. All right. Has anybody else? Professor, thank you. Bryla, thank you. Has anybody else formed a two-person team? Wisdom said yes. Thank you, Wisdom. Has anybody else? I'm looking for two more. At least two more yeses. If you formed a one-person team, just type yes. Has anybody formed a one-person team? Marie is on the transcription team. That counts. Rasani says yes. Okay, good. We now have enough to get started. Thank you. Here is your assignment. We'll ask you the name later, but that was good. Thank you for picking a name. Here, teams, this is your assignment. Your assignment is to find out at least two things that catch your interest about teaching virtual collaboration and teamwork. Find out two things that catch your interest. Here we go. Please stand and follow me to the first station. If it helps, you can just stand in the middle and aim your camera where I am. That way you can avoid bumping into each other. So please stand for those that can do it. And if you'd rather just aim your camera around, fine. Lazy so-and-sos. Just kidding. Station 1. Station 1 demonstrates the traditional Second Life slideshow approach, where the presenter stands at the front of an audience sitting in chairs. The advantage of this setup, it is traditional, it is familiar, It is easy to film. The disadvantage, it is low event energy, constrained presenter movement, dulled audience attention span. Neutral, it requires uploading slide images and loading into an in-world viewer. Moving to Station 2. Please follow along to Station 2. Station 2 demonstrates using a traditional Second Life note card giver approach. Here, the presenter instructs the audience to open an external URL and follow the slides visually as the presenter prompts them orally. Advantage, traditional, familiar. Disadvantage, low event energy, constrained presenter movement, dulled audience attention span. Neutral, easier for presenter to make content updates. Station 3. Please follow along. Station 3 demonstrates an alternative Second Life approach. Here, the slides are laid out in horizontal rows, along which the presenter walks from column to column, slide to slide, as they speak, and the audience moves their camera accordingly. Advantage, higher event energy, freer presenter movement, more engaged audience attention span. Disadvantage, requires more in-world space. Neutral, audience can read ahead in the visual material. Presenter acts as a visual pointer. Difficult to do in real life. Requires uploading slide images and placing on arranged prims. Station 4. Station 4, right here. Station 4 demonstrates stepping away from fixed visual materials presented in World. This setup requires the class to open an external browser to a YouTube video. Advantage, event energy boost, ability to present animated concept image synchronized with composed concept music. Disadvantage, potential loss of audience attention span. Neutral, requires advanced preparation and upload to YouTube. Must keep it short, under 1 minute. Demo 1. For demonstration 1, we will watch a short video, as if we were students in teamwork class. The name of the video is Partnership Journey. Please click the URL, which I'm going to give you in a second, and watch the short 30-second video. When done, come back and type "done" in chat. Click the URL, watch the video now, and come back and type "done." Go. Good, done, 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 good. And a couple more. Okay. Tagline, the URL was in text chat, but you can review that later. This concludes demonstration 1. Please follow me to Station 5. Thank you, Rasani. Station 5 shows the teamwork theory presentation setup as used for the last several years. Here the presenter sits at the top of each column. As content is addressed, sit points for each of the student teams are placed for team presenters to come up and interact with the presenter live in front of the full class. Advantage: higher event energy, freer presenter movement, more engaged audience attention span. Shorter theory session makes room for live interaction sessions. Disadvantage: requires more in-world space. Neutral: audience can read ahead in visual material. Presenter acts as visual pointer. Difficult to do in real life. Requires uploading slide images and placing on prearranged rooms. Demo 2. For demonstration 2, I need 2 volunteer teams to step forward and sit facing the audience. Okay, first team up here where I'm standing. First 2-member team, come on up. Good. Rasani. Sit on the left if you don't mind. Sit under the blue flag. I need one of the 2-member teams. Okay, Rasani, that's fine. Okay, you're one. Come on and sit. Blue flag for Rasani. Good. All right. Now over here near the green flag, I need at least one more team. And it's okay to be 1-member team members. Step on up. Okay. Good. Magua and Beth. Who is Magwa's? There you go. That's Shiloh. Good. All right. And there's Beth. Great. And who's your teammate, Beth? Or are you a 1-member team? Okay, good. All right, great. Perfect. Okay, so we have 3 teams up here. This is perfect. So, audience, pay attention. You might be called next. Dun, dun, dun. Now we are going to debrief these team members as if they were students in teamwork class. So I have some team check-in questions. So, Rasani, what is the name of your team? Thank you. Meryl, what's the name of your team? Big Little. And Shiloh, what is the name of your team? Minnie B. All right, thank you. Next question. Meryl, did you and Beth know each other before you formed this team? Okay. Shiloh, did you and Magua know each other before you formed this team? Yes, thank you. Ritsani, did you know yourself? Kidding, just a joke. Rasani, do you know Meryl or Beth? Have you met the people next to you at any time? I don't think so. Thank you. Well, now you have met Meryl, Beth, Shiloh, and Magua, and the 4 of you have met Rasani. So, Meryl, what do you like about your team so far? What do you like about your team so far? Anything is a fair answer. You like the mixed culture. Thank you. Getting along fine. Rasani, what do you like about having met the other 4 people next to you so far? What do you like so far? You like the bunny. Thank you. Kylo, were you able to watch the video from the last station okay? Were you able to watch the partnership journey video okay? Great, thank you. Beth, were you able to watch the video? Alrighty. Rithani, were you able to watch the video? Yes, external browser, that's right. Thank you, guys. Rasani, has anything caught your interest in this talk so far? Has anything, you can just say yes or no, or you can give an example. Has anything caught your interest in this talk so far? No, thank you. Beth, has anything caught your interest in this talk so far? Yes or no is fine for now. Or you can give something specific. Your methods of teaching. Thank you. Magua, has anything caught your interest in this talk so far? It is familiar somehow. Thank you. Kyla, what did the video make you think of regarding teamwork? What did the video make you think of regarding teamwork? I'm going to ask the same question of the rest of you, so Meryl and Rasani. What did the video make you think of regarding teamwork? Kyla's typing. 2 points I caught were brainstorming and mirroring. Thank you. Meryl, what did that video make you think of regarding teamwork? Rasani's typing. Thank you. Keep going. You can both answer. You're not sure. Fair answer. Thank you, Meryl. Rasani? Rasani is typing. Beth is typing. Yes, if you would like to answer, Beth or Magwest, you can answer. The music caught my ear. Thank you. Rasani is still typing. Aspects of teamwork under the hood. Thank you. Very good. So thank you, guys. You're done. How about a round of applause for our 3 teams? Please give a round of applause. Just say, good job, good job. So this concludes demonstration 2. Okay, please follow me to station 6. Station 6. Station 6 shows the setup for a live interaction session using music to demonstrate collaboration. Okay, for this part, you need to have your sounds on, so turn sounds on if you don't have them on right now, and then you can turn them off later. So sounds on. Here we see a set of instructions. By the way, if you hear a frog croaking, now you know your sounds are on. Here we see a set of instructions given verbally and in text chat for audience members to play different in-world musical instruments in and out of synchronicity with each other. Advantage, higher event energy, higher audience attention span, direct audience participation, higher audience investment. Disadvantage, potential loss of audience attention span. Neutral, requires advanced preparation. Instructions must be feasible in the time allotted. Demo 3. Sounds on, remember. For demonstration 3, I need volunteer teams, and I'm going to ask Rasani, please step up here, Rasani, to the drum kit. Come right over here. And just to test it, click the big pink circle. Perfect. That's the bass drum. And you can click, just real quick, click some of the other circles so you know what they sound like. Perfect. All right. So you're our drummer. Okay, I need the Beth team, the little big team, to come up, please. And I want you to stand by this first keyboard, right next to the 06 sign. The keyboards begin and end with orange, so you two stand there. Okay, your job is to play those colored keys. So go ahead and, Beth, why don't you click one of, like, the green key? Good. And Meryl, click one of the gray keys. Okay, good. All right, that's enough. Then I need the other two-person team that was, we just, Magua and Shiloh, come up here to the second keyboard. And your job is also to play your keyboard, so go ahead and give a couple taps. Magua, perfect, and Shiloh. All right. Okay, that's plenty. Now, for those that are into music, the middle keyboard is, one of these keyboards is quote-unquote minor, and one of them is major, but it doesn't really matter. So, good, you're standing up front. We already got the first team, we got the second team, the third team. You already clicked them, we're good to go. All right, now here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Just start clicking, all five of you. Start clicking. They begin and end with the orange keys. So like Magua is standing next to his orange key, and where are you standing, Beth? You're so little, I can't see you. Yeah, you're standing right in the middle. Okay, start clicking the drums, start clicking the keyboards. Go. Excellent. Keep going. Good job. Okay, just keep playing. Listen what you're hearing. And do anything you want. There you go. Bryla says jazz. Okay. You can stop now. You can stop now. Now for the second part, and Ellie agrees it's jazzy. For the second part, Rasani, your job is to start a steady beat. You're going to pick one of the drum circles, any of those, and start clicking it steadily, like a heartbeat. Boom, boom, boom. Start now, Rasani. I don't care what sound you pick, just pick something and start beating it regularly. Keep going. Excellent. That's the beat. That's the heartbeat. Okay. Now, the middle keyboard team and the second keyboard team, your job is to keep playing, but this time, make sure you're listening to the heartbeat and also listen to the other sounds that you're hearing. But still, just keep playing what you feel like. But pay attention to the beat and to what the others are playing. And Rasani, as long as you keep doing a beat, you can play any of those drum circles. All right, go. You might just try playing green keys as a variation. Rasani, try playing the yellow drum as a beat. Nice. And then add the blue drum for a kick. All right. Okay, you can stop now, guys. Thank you, Tega. Very good. So how about a round of applause, a second round of applause for these teams? Yay! Good work. So this concludes demonstration 3. Let's go to station 7. Station 7 shows a set of breakout instructions for first ever student team meetings given verbally and in text chat for audience members to meet in pre-assigned teams and select team leaders and assistant leaders. Some of these questions may look familiar now, having watched our 3 teams have their first exercise. Also shown are check-in questions asked by the presenter of each and every team and team member in turn directly after their first meeting, sitting in front of the full audience. Advantage: higher event energy, higher audience attention span, direct audience participation, higher audience investment. Disadvantage: potential loss of audience attention span. Neutral: requires advanced preparation. Instructions must be feasible in time allotted. Also, check-in questions must be a mix of pragmatically detailed regarding the assignment instructions and B, open-ended and receptive to elicit and encourage student response. Also, student teams must have been assigned and team rosters must be present. This requires faculty coordination. By the way, you can turn your sounds off again if you want. We're done with sounds. Station 8. Over here. Station 8 shows similar breakout assignment instructions and check-in questions for 2 more follow-up meetings. Advantage: higher event energy, higher audience attention span, direct audience participation, higher audience investment. Also, allows teams to regroup after changes in circumstances, allows teams to progress from formation to actual project work. Disadvantage: potential loss of audience attention span. Neutral: requires advanced preparation. Instructions must be feasible in time allotted. The check-in questions must again be a mix of pragmatically detailed regarding the new assignment and must be open-ended and receptive to elicit and encourage response. And updated team rosters must be present. And formal team project briefing must have been given by now. This requires faculty coordination. Station 9. Station 9 shows briefing instructions for how team formal presentations are to be given. Immediately on completion of this briefing, the teams are walked through a full dress rehearsal including starting at the formal opening area, walking in turn to each presentation area, and returning to the formal closing area. Each team takes their turn in the cycle, practicing their opening and then responding to a further set of check-in questions about their presentation purpose and their exhibit design. Advantage: higher event energy, higher audience attention span, direct audience participation, higher audience investment. Also, higher student comfort and confidence with what is expected of them. Also, allows teams to regroup and refocus on final project work, higher quality student presentation teamwork and content, higher quality student professional development. Disadvantage: potential loss of audience attention span. Neutral: requires advanced preparation. Check-in questions must be a mix of pragmatic and open. Also, updated team rosters must be present. The team project briefing must be present, and it requires faculty coordination. This concludes the station demonstrations. Let's return to the seating area. Summary. Key changes made were reduced time on theory and increased time on live interaction, including music, exercises, and recurring team check-ins. Also, a new emphasis on 3D content alignment and team protocol in presentations. General comments. At all times, there is a potential loss of audience attention. At all times, there is potential loss of student participation in teams, which affects themselves and their teammates. At all times, the goal of the faculty team is to support and offer the opportunity for student professional development as team workers, team leaders, professionals, and developing human beings. Issues. The question arises, could not virtual collaboration and teamwork be taught in the real world or entirely in non-3D platforms such as Zoom? The answer is yes, of course they could. The question arises, what are the unique advantages of teaching virtual collaboration and teamwork in 3D platforms such as Second Life? I can think of two to start. The first advantage is that there are many professional career options which use or will use 3D modeling. Learning to build in Second Life using both in-world and offline tools in a hybrid tech manner helps develop the ability for self-expression in 3D, especially in an environment where many others are present. The second, more general advantage is that anything, I feel, that allows people to more fully express themselves creatively in multimedia is an advantage. This includes conceptual and emotional expression in voice and text, figure, chart, and diagram, image, sound, environment, object, and sculpture. Demo 4. For demonstration 4, we will watch a short video as if we were students in teamwork class. The name of the video is Concept Animation. Please click the URL that I'm about to paste in text chat. Watch the short 30-second video. When done, come back and type done in chat. Go. Done, 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 done. I'll wait for a couple more dones. And John, just FYI, we're right on track at this point. Dome. Thank you, stranger.
I don't even need to give you the warning, do I?
So this concludes demonstration 4. Debrief. Thank you for your time and attention. At the beginning of this talk, I asked that each of you find at least 2 things that caught your attention. Did you succeed? So depending on available time, we can now either respond to the prompt or take questions. So let me start with that prompt. What caught your interest? Typing is fine, speaking is fine. Tagline is typing, Rasani is typing. What caught your interest? Tag says parallel use of Zoom. Thank you. Killa is typing. Kip says integration of video and demonstration of workstations. Thank you. What caught your interest? Val says movement of avatars. Chandra says the use of music. Ellie says keeping students participating. Sani is still typing. What caught your interest? Using music to animate teamwork. So the question is, what caught your interest? I'd like to hear at least 2 more before the next question. Rasani says there were Egyptian dudes in the video, and the 4th demo, right arrow, and teamwork caught her attention. Pryla says using different means to communicate the same idea. Magua says the variation of methods. Professor Grace says the importance of follow-up questions. Good. So you can keep responding to that question, what caught your interest? Let me just put up another prompt. What did the demonstrations have to do with virtual collaboration and teamwork? We're just opening it up. We're opening it up. So these are the 2 questions on the board. In response to any of them is fine. Saying ditto is fine. What did the demonstrations have to do with virtual collaboration and teamwork? Kylo says listening to other participants. John says learning by doing. Ellie is typing. Ellie dittos the comment. Killa is typing. Magua is typing some more. Chandra says encouraging people to communicate and to be present. Thank you. So the two prompts are, what did the demonstrations have to do with collaboration and teamwork? Meryl dittoed John. Maggo says experiential learning. Active learning. Okay, I'm going to add a third question to the board. In what ways does this talk relate to your own questions and concerns? In what ways does this talk relate to your own questions and concerns? We have 3 questions on the board. You can respond to any of these. You can ditto. Killa is typing, Maggo is typing, Tag is typing. Carla says strategies to talk more. Thank you. How to present. I'm going to call on a couple of people. Pegasus, what caught your interest so far in this talk? Pegasus. What catches your interest? It's going to call on a few more people, and y'all can keep typing. Tag says runs a math club. Might use Zoom to parallel SL, so that is good. That's how it relates. Pegasus typing. Sorry, my sound is off. All right, fair enough. Rasani, could I ask you again, what caught your attention, or any of the above questions? Aragon. I'm paying attention here to chat bubbles. Lucas, what caught your attention? Marie says there's a disconnect when people go off to watch a video that's not synchronous. Thank you. Arla says looking for ways to teach history other than reading, looking at how to get students participating. Thank you. All right, I'm going to put another question on the board. What needs to be said that hasn't been said yet about teaching virtual collaboration and teamwork in P3D? Meryl says, thinking about how to relate this to geography. Thank you. Dee Dee says, the boxes make them think about a Cheshire cat. Shiloh says, what about integrating whiteboard in Second Life? Good. What needs to be said that hasn't been said yet? Can answer any one of the, respond to any one of these questions, or ditto what people are saying. Marie says, don't make assumptions about the people you're working with. Thank you. Ellie is typing. Teamwork is a skill that can be refined, says John. Professor Grace is typing. Check in with teams. Things aren't static with teams. Thank you. Val, ways to integrate more collaborative tools such as sound and team movement. Stranger, what caught your attention? John says students are mercenary. Val says take these to other subject areas. Magua says following up with experienced students goes even better. Bryla says wondering about people learning to use SL who have trouble just moving. Ranger says not much. Fair enough. Fair answer. Tag says in remote meetings, participants can sit in their chairs and nobody's the wiser. In Second Life, the audience can appear present yet be unengaged. Thank you. No worries, stranger. Kip dittos Ellie. Yes, some students hate team projects and collaboration. Likes how there was a solo participation option today. Tips for non-collaborators. Excellent. Dee Dee dittos somebody about eating pizza. Shiloh says the range of methods give thought. Okay, here's my final prompt. What don't we know yet about teaching about virtual online collaboration and teamwork and teaching in 3D? What don't we know yet that we don't even know we don't know? All the questions are now on the board. You can respond to any of these. The basic question is what catches your interest? Shiloh says we need feedback from the audience. Marie says we don't know what we don't know. Marie, how could we find out what we don't know that we don't know? Meryl says if I knew, I wouldn't have time to. I would know how to respond. Meryl, how can we find out what we don't know? We don't know. Val says we don't even know how the interface can include more of our 5 senses. Thank you, Val. Marie says experimenting to find out what we don't know, we don't know. Meryl dittos that. Tag says a stand-up audience can see their audience and know straight away that if they're dying or succeeding. Thank you. Earlier, Marley said individuals need to know more about the role they play in the team and what is missing. Chandra says traveling and experience new things in order to find out more about what we know or don't know we don't know. Marie says if everyone fails, the instructor didn't do their job. Let me post the questions again. The number one question is what catches your interest in this talk today? What catches your interest? If you haven't spoken up yet, please just say what catches your attention. This is a feedback, open debriefing. We're not agreeing or disagreeing. We're simply asking open questions. Ditto or make your own point. What catches your interest? Beth says means for student engagement. I'll add a new one. How do we find out what we don't know? We don't know. Several of you have hinted at ideas for that. I know it's not a strange question to you all. To all of you, rather. It's a strange question, no doubt about it. Okay, Marie and Tag, you're having a good conversation. Thank you. Good. All right. So, John, we're kind of coming up to our timeline here, and the audience is in popcorn mode right now. So, John, I'm saying my official presentation is complete now, and I turn it over to you as to what you guys do next. And I thank all of you again for your energetic participation today.
Thank you, Sitearm. So let me say a few words just before everybody breaks out into applause and covers the screen. I had, well, firstly, just to say thank you very much indeed for a fascinating insight into the development of your approach to teaching Sitearm. I think it's certainly been very stimulating. I was going to throw it open to questions, but I think we've had the questions and we're coming up to the top of the hour.
John has, I don't think your mic was on when you said that, John, but he's saying thank you, and
you can't hear me.
The floor is open for questions. Oh, you are hearing him. Oh, that's because I turned all of my sound off. Whoops. Note to self, only turn sounds off, not voice.
Okay.
That's good. I wouldn't have heard any questions.
I'm going to go into closing. It is time to wrap up the formal part of the event, and I would like to thank Sitearm Madonna very much indeed. Your insights are fascinating, and your generosity in sharing is very much appreciated. Shallow, yes, we can do that indeed. So now is the time to please join me in applauding our guest speaker, Sitearm Madonna.
Tag. You're a hilarious, Tag. Tag, are you an arts person? I should look at your profile.
Maths teacher, I think. Certainly he teaches maths.
I mean, several of you I don't know, so I'm really glad to meet you today.
Before we get into discussion here, let me close this. I know some of you might be available to stay on for a more informal chat, and I can invite you guys to join us on the deck now. But if not, and I know some people do have other pressing engagements, we hope to see you back here again in 2 weeks for the next talk in the Expert Speaker Series. Thank you, and let's depart to the deck.